We pick up where we left off in last week's video, driving from Keystone, Colorado to Utah. We arrived in Moab, Utah, where we are staying for 3 nights in a hotel because temperatures are in the low 100s and too hot to be comfortable in a campground. Fortunately, we accumulated 2 nights free with the Hilton Honors program. We left on this trip 2 weeks ago and visited 4 national parks. I also attended a work conference. While we are in Moab, we will visit 2 more national parks. Driving into Moab before 7. At 7 you have timed entry. Our timed entry today is at 10. We're going to try to see if we can make it in before 7 because it's going to be 107 degrees today. So we want to try to do all of our hikes and excursions before 1 p.m. And what, it's 6:30, right? And what, 74 degrees outside? The Visitor Center is located after the entrance gate. We will stop here on the way back. After the Visitor Center, Arch's scenic highway takes us along narrow, steep, and winding switchbacks through awesome-looking geographical features. We immediately see bouncing rocks, spheres, and buttes. The road climbs 18 miles to Devil's Garden. There are turnoffs along the way to stop and take in the views or for photo ops, but we are trying to beat the heat to start hiking, so we are heading straight to Devil's Garden. While we are driving the scenic road, let me tell you a little bit about how the landscape was formed. The park lies on top of an underground salt bed. Formation of arches began 300 million years ago. Salt water from a nearby ocean flooded the area. When the water evaporated, salt deposits remained. Over millions of years, flooding and evaporation were repeated, and over time, sediment became petrified. Eventually, erosion began exposing cracks in the rocks, enabling rainwater to penetrate and dissolve the salt, leading the way for the arches to form. Deep faults displaced the landscape more, adding to the features we see today. Now, the majority of the arches are composed of sandstone and calcium carbonate. This is the first arch we noticed on the drive. Arches National Park contains more than 2,000 arches. Alright, so we just arrived at Devil's Garden Trailhead. That's what we're gonna do today. It is now 7, so it took us a half an hour to get here, and it's 78 degrees outside. So we're gonna do a little loop that's gonna include Tunnel Arch, Pine Tree Arch, Landscape Arch, Partition Arch, and Navajo Arch. So here's on the map. We entered here, we took this road all the way up. It was 18 miles, and we are here. We're gonna do, we just parked there, so we're gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, not this big circle, but the little tiny circle here, and then come back to the car. We were here in about 2014, and at that time we did the Delicate Arch, so we're not doing that today. We're probably going to do the viewpoints and just get out and take a look, but not do the most popular tourist attractions. No, it's gonna be Raven. The first part of Devil's Garden Trail leads to Landscape Arch. This part of the trail is a graded gravel walk, but parts of the trail require walking through sand. The trail to Landscape Arch winds through giant walls of rock called fins. There is a side trail for the tunnel and pine tree arches before reaching Landscape Arch. We decided to see these two arches before continuing to Landscape Arch. So there's our first two we're gonna hit. Pine tree arch and tunnel arch. To the right. You want to do tunnel first or pine tree first? Okay. Oh, that's the tunnel arch. I was just like, oh, that looks cool. And there's the tunnel. They got a little tiny second one there developing. Back in a little tiny bit of a canyon. Oh, no, from this viewpoint I can see it. So you can see through Tunnel Rock over here to the other side. Now up to Pine Tree Arch. I'm a little out of breath. There's a steep hill coming up. The two arches we just did, Pine Tree, and I forget the other one. Getting back on the main trail. We have three more up there. What were the two? Oh, Tunnel Arch and Pine Tree Arch. Whew, I just need to catch my breath. That was a steep little incline coming up. Your heart's pumping, so is mine. That's cool. So we're at the beginning of Landscape Arch. Right there. If you look over to the side, there's little mini arches. You see one. Oh yeah, there's some over here too. This is a fragile environment because there is constant erosion and weathering, leading to weaker arches, and over time the arches can fall. So we've turned to sand. It is hard to trek through this sand, but past Landscape Arch starts a steep climb with drop-offs. We're trying to find Navajo Arch and Partition. It's not very well marked. Whew. I need to catch my breath. Alright, so we're about halfway there, I guess, maybe almost there. Steep climb, we have to catch our breath.
That's the trail right there.
Yeah, the trail's right back there. Yeah, we're just taking a mini break, taking in the view, catching our breath. Whew, that's what we just came up, way down there.
First sign going the right way. Arrow to the left. Here's what we just came up. Oh yes, let's see. Where are we? A mile to go. Oh, we're taking the road less traveled. All right, we're gonna do Navajo first, and we'll come back for partition. This is the rainwater coming down. We learned what that was called in Mesa Verde. Desert varnish. We made it! Navajo Arch. This looks cool all around before you even get into the arch. Well, there's a pine tree at the entrance. Shouldn't just be Pine Tree Arch. Taking a break inside Navajo Arch. We're splitting an apple, some salted peanuts, and beef jerky. What temperature do you think it is? Probably 90? I mean, we're in the shade, so we feel good. But, you know, we just sweat and exerted a lot, so we need to replenish our calories and electrolytes. And we'll chug some water, and then we'll move on to the next one. How you doing, Chris?
I'm fabulous.
So this is the best one. The best arch. You think so, too? I think what makes it even better, you okay? Did a bug go in your mouth there? I think what makes this even better is not that many people come up here, so we're the only ones right now. And we have been the whole time where we ate our snack, stretched out. Oh, okay. So Chris found a new arch called Baby Arch. Oh. In the shadows of Navajo Arch.
It's Baby Navajo.
I think this is cool, all the little holes. Probably formed from wind, drops of rain, drips of water. We just turned the corner. We're heading towards Partition Arch, and we find a little stumpy tree growing in the middle of the pathway. So cute. So, there it is. What's this one called? A partition. I don't know why I can't remember names.
We took another break to sit and enjoy the scenery before other people strolled along. The large walls of rocks were really nice in that they blocked the hot sun, making our time here even more enjoyable. There was also a nice breeze coming through the arch there. Well, it's time to turn around and start heading back to the van.
We just saw a pretty big lizard come by. There his tail dragging. He had a huge tail. So you can see his little prints. There's his footprints. He went up into there, and then he circled around and walked back across the path. So we went up it, now we gotta go down it.
It goes up.
Yep. This is on one side, and that's on the other side. There's flies everywhere. Do you want me to go first, or do you want to go first?
Or if you go first and you fall, I can watch.
Okay, and then you can help me. Okay. Doing Delicate Arch viewpoint. So that's what Delicate Arch looks like. Last time Chris and I were here, we actually hiked out to that. It is now 97 degrees out.
During the Jurassic period, this area of arches was full of rivers, floodplains, and a nearby volcano. The volcanic ash would come down, land in the water, rust, and turn greenish blue because it contained iron. We can still see the green layers in the rock from the path.
And there it is. Right up there. You can see all the people walking around up there. This is very steep. Very steep. Almost to the top. There, I see it. Way back there. Alright, there it is. Way out there. You can see all the people that hiked up to it, getting their picture taken under the arch. That's what Chris and I did when we were here 2014, I think. But this is as close as we're gonna get today. So I have to get myself back down to the car with that trail. Goes over there, and the parking lot's right around the little bend there. You can't see it from here. You can see all the green in the rock. Oh, I made it. But that was tough. It took my wind out of me.
After cooling down, we head over to the visitor center where we stamp our passport book, look through the gift shop, and purchase a patch we will hang in the van later. Well, that's it for today. In our next video, we will tour Canyonlands National Park. Thank you for watching. Remember to subscribe, like, and leave comments. Take care.